Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Yo, Aaron, you can keep me anonymous if you want. Doesn't matter. I requested before. And he sent me a video that I did. Thanks for the advice. You saved my ass a shitload of years and money. I got a new problem, so please help. So I followed your advice and quit wasting my time in the sports industry. I'm aiming for an IT degree. However, I think I'm either too retarded or something else is wrong. Okay, we're going to stop here. You come from wealth. You are soft and you are weak. That's the answer to all this. But let's put this into context for listening audience, and hopefully it'll be of benefit of other people. People who come from wealth and inherit money, and then you were trying to major in sports analysis or sports something management, you're lazy and you come from wealth, so you're weak. Now, me telling you to go into IT is like taking somebody who's a $120 and 5'11" and who can't bench 40 pounds saying you need to bench press 180. This is not going to happen in a week, okay? That person's body is too emaciated and weak and not trained and not tested and not nutritioned right to be able to build up the strength to bench press 180 pounds. And yeah, if you're a 120, 100, what did I say, a 5'11", 120 pound weakling who can barely bench press 40 pounds, it's going to seem hard to bench press 180. But that is only because you are in a state of weakness, because you've had a very soft upbringing. Okay, we won't go into the details, but you inherited money, you were lazy to begin with, you majored in dude bro shit, and I kicked your ass, and then you made the wise decision to major in IT. Now you're complaining like, God, this is hard. Yes, life is hard. You can do it one of two ways. You can go the Ocasio-Cortez way, which I don't know if you know who she is because you're in Germany, which is live off of daddy, live off the government, have nonprofits just give you money for not working at all, and then have this delusional expectation that the real world just, it's like, it's the classic Paul Krugman Keynesian spoof or meme where it's a power bar of different electrical outlets and it's just plugged into itself, which doesn't work. And you just rely on sources of other people's money, or you get off your fucking ass and you do the hard shit. You build up muscle, you build up brain strength, and then you can do it. Now, the rest of this is going to be you complaining about how it's hard. Yes, it is hard. Yeah, because you've never been challenged in your life before. Never. All right? And if you think this is hard, try, I don't know, linear algebra, calculus, I don't know, what's really hard. I always liked physics. I didn't think physics was difficult. But if you think this is hard, and then you know what? Here's something I did. If you think this is hard, why don't you go work full-time and go to school full-time and pay for fucking everything with no help from your parents and no help from the government? Try that. Then you'll know what hard is. But we'll continue. I'm just saying, I'm answering your question now. It isn't necessarily because you're lazy. You've just never been challenged. And yes, the real world is this hard. All right. New problem. I'm aiming for an IT degree. However, I think I'm either too retarded or something else is wrong. You're not retarded. I'm looking at how you organized your letter here. Not to say that good writing is the proof of high intelligence, but you're not retarded. You're too logical. You write too well. All right? I've seen retards write in, and it's just a block of text, and it rambles, it goes nowhere, and they're like, okay, you're low IQ. You're not. You have the ability. But before you mention I can't do trades of manual labor because my neck is completely destroyed due to a herniated disc, so IT or welfare are my only options. I have been studying my ass off for months, like 10 hours a day, trying to finish my Bachelor Professional of Business. Yeah, I know it's bullshit, but it will enable me to attend university since I didn't graduate from high school. Good, you put from. See? You claim you're dumb, but you put from in there. That's at least an IQ of 175. Bottom line, my grades are shit no matter how hard I work. Obviously, I do a good job at all the management and leadership bullshit, but finance and accounting has fucked me up real good. Yeah, because okay, finance is a worthless degree. But like biology, it doesn't mean it's easy. There's a lot of math involved in finance, a lot of statistics. You've never faced that in your life. Never. You didn't graduate from high school. Well, that's where the math was. That's where the hard shit was. You have played life on easy. I didn't say, don't tell me I'm lazy. I don't know if you're not. It's not that you're lazy. You're trying. You're putting in your 10 hours a day. You just haven't built your brain up to this. So what I would do, 10 hours a day, that's a lot, man. I don't know if your brain, well, I don't know. I do know. Your brain's going to short out after like 3 or 4. So I don't know how much good you're doing. Why don't you scale back the number of classes you're taking and just take one at a time? Okay? You're in no rush. There's no rush. You got money. Take it easy, right? Because you busting your ass off trying to do 4 classes and failing them all is worse than you taking your time at just 1 or 2 and acing them or getting a B or whatever the grading system is over in Germany. But yeah, I'll tell you, but finance and accounting is fucking me up real good. Yeah, that's the first time you probably ran into a real intellectual challenge. And so now, and you probably didn't graduate from high school, so now you don't have the math background. You don't know what the exponential sign means. You don't have these basic math skills. Yeah, it is going to fuck you up. So let's just take our time here. What you're trying to do is go from benching 140 and then you just put on an extra 100 pounds. Now you're trying to do 140. You're not going to be able to do it. Incrementally get intellectually stronger. Put on maybe an extra 10 pounds or maybe an extra 5. Work at that a little bit. 1 class. Okay? Because you putting on 250-pound weights, no, you're not going to be able to do it. Scale back. I say it's pretty easy and understand all of it, but if the question is worded differently or they put in other shit to confuse the students, I always fuck up. All right, maybe that's reading comprehension then. I always keep forgetting details when I try to do the questions from the test. The end result is always wrong. You gotta be thorough. Every sentence in those questions is there for a reason, and you have to incorporate it mathematically into your formula and your calculations. I tried like every method of studying. I did the hard-ass approach that you mentioned in a video. The results are poor. My social psychotherapist and my libtard family members keep telling me to study less or quit completely. For once, I agree with them. Don't quit it completely. Study less. Less classes. For once, I agree with social psychotherapists. And just live off of my inheritance. Yeah, there may be shame in that, but what's your other option? You're failing now. Take your time. Take your time. It's like runners, too. Oh, God, I can't run a marathon. Yeah, you can't run a marathon. You never ran. You can barely walk. Why don't you walk a mile a day, then maybe walk 2 miles a day, then maybe walk 3 miles a day. And then after you're walking 3 miles a day, then go back and now you're going to run half a mile a day, then a mile a day, then 2 miles a day. And it's going to take you months to do that. This is the same thing. I mean, thankfully you got an inheritance. Use that to make yourself stronger. They fail to understand that would be a huge gamble to do so. Why is that a huge gamble? You're failing now. The huge gamble is you keep pushing yourself beyond what you're capable of. They also keep bringing up appeals to emotion or my persona. Well, fuck them. Fuck that. We don't deal with emotion here. There's been way too much fucking emotion since the baby boomers and Dr. Spock came along. Okay? Emotion should all be... We should all drink a lot of emotions and then urinate on Oprah's fucking face with the emotional piss that she just couldn't shove up enough women's asses in the 80s and the 90s. We're done with emotion. Aaron, that was a little bit harsh. No, not as harsh as the millions of lives that Oprah ruined. Regardless of how logical my problems seem, all they say is because I'm not motivated, which you are motivated. You're dedicating 10 hours a day. You're motivated. Your motivation. You're not lazy. Your motivation is not it. You are attacking. You're biting off more than you could chew. It's plain and simple. Or that I just need to believe in myself. These fucking worthless people. Oh my God. This is why I'm supremely confident in my product and service, because you gotta believe in yourself. Maybe we could create a hashtag. You're working too much. 10 hours a day is too much. Scale it back. Okay? The professors at uni are just as useless and lazy. Yep. I've requested more practice questions multiple times. They will give me 1 or 2 at best. And the worst part is that the shit we do at university has nothing to do with the fucking exams. Yep. About a lot of old exams for practice questions, I basically know all of them by heart, but as I mentioned earlier, if it's worded differently, I'm fucked. You gotta learn to read, man. That's not my problem. Read and be thorough. That's where you're being lazy. No, not. Oh, what does this say? This means something. I should write it into a formula now on math. This says something else. I should add this information to the formula. Reading comprehension, pay attention. I listened to Jordan Peterson. He said that you should study 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break, and repeat that for 3 hours max so the results are mediocre. Yeah, 3 hours is about, I don't know, taking a 5-minute break. Do what you want to do, but 10 hours is way too much, man. 3 hours, there's no reason to go more than 3 hours. I'm not whining about life or some shit like that. When I see homeless people, I feel like shit for not being able to make anything of myself. And trust me, I'm not lazy. I've been busting my ass off 10 hours a day for almost 12 months, right? Okay, let's stop that. Let's forget, okay, take that burden off your ass, right? Because that's unnecessary. Other people get legit degrees with that amount of effort. Not 10 hours a day. That, you'd have to be a doctor for that. It just makes me want to kill myself and spend all my money on hookers and drugs until I die. Whoa, we don't do suicide here. I will make fun of you. Because we don't do that here. You're trying too hard. You're also burning yourself out at 10 hours a day studying. If anything, go work. Okay? That will change it up. I know it's really hard. Okay? It is hard. Working and going to school full time. But at least work changed it. You can't and the work I did was pretty mindless. It was physically tiring, but you just walk around and look for bad guys. That's it. Sometimes you're sitting on the desk, that way, but still mindless. But I couldn't study 10 hours a day. Your brain just can't do that. I could do an IQ test, but I don't think it would change anything. No, I don't think. And you're not as dumb as you think. I'm pretty much stuck with home office IT. Yes, my neck is that fucked, and I've been in rehab for almost 4 years. Since all the advice on the internet is about studying is absolute shit, you'll need to do the job. A study guide for stupid people would be the solution, I guess. And then, and he says his name. Yeah, you're trying too hard. 10 hours a day is a waste of time. 3 max. I'll agree with Jordan Peterson. 3 max. Okay? Scale down the number of classes. Build up your brain to get to this level first. Then retackle finance or accounting or whichever one. If you need to review math, if you need to practice word problems, fine. Yes, your professors are worthless. But that's every university and professor everywhere. Everybody's basically educating themselves in college. College shouldn't even exist. It should just be online certifications. And did you take the test? Did you pass the test? Okay, because the professors are completely worthless at this point. But it's up to you. But your solution is one of the rare instances to try less. And there might be a guilt there, like, oh, I got to try harder. No. That is your problem. You're trying too hard to the point your brain is completely worthless 7 out of those 10 hours, right? And you could be doing way better shit with those 7 hours. Serious. Go work out, go have fun, go play, go do something. But you study 3 hours for 1 class per day, that's enough. Because your brain ain't going to do anymore. It's like, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out. At a point, you get to muscle exhaustion, and you can't bench press anymore. You can't do pull-ups anymore. You're only capable of so much, and so is your brain. So, all right. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. I'll see you guys later. Check out the links below to all the awesome shit. Toodles.